Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 4, Chapter 7, Text 42. So we began in the verse and translation and the first paragraph already, that during the partial dissolution of the universe, only the lower planetary systems up to Swarglok is destroyed. The higher planetary system still stays. Then after everything is destroyed, everything goes again within the body of Mahavishnu. Another significant point in this verse is that the demigod said, "We are all your servants, Britayan. Give us your protection." So the demigods are using the words Britayan. Britayan means servant. Demigods are openly in the big sacrifice where so many thousands of personalities are there. They are saying to the Lord, "We are your servants." So we um, tend to misunderstand the position of the demigods, and we think the demigods and God is all one. But here, the demigods are helping us to clarify their position. They are saying that we are your servants. So they are helping us understand that even the demigods are servants of Lord Krishna. The demigods depend on the protection of Vishnu. They are not independent. Bhagavad Gita therefore condemns the worship of demigods because there is no need of it, and clearly states that only those who have lost their sense go asking favors of the demigods. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling us, don't worship the demigods. He's saying, whatever desire you have, you come to me. Anyway, even when you're going to the demigods, how are they able to fulfill your desire? Because I am giving them that authority, that power. So that's the reason he said, don't go to the demigods, you just come to me. Generally, if anyone has material desires to be fulfilled, he can ask Vishnu instead of going to the demigods. Those who worship demigods are not very intelligent. So here we should not try to misunderstand the position of demigods also, thinking that they are uh, lower than us. No, demigods are very great personalities. They are highly qualified and they are worthy of our respect. They are worthy of our highest respect. But Krishna is saying, don't worship them, worship me. That is the difference. Respect, we have to respect them. Besides that, the demigods say we are your eternal servants. So those who are servants or devotees of the Lord are not very much concerned with fruitive activities, the performance of prescribed yagyas, or mental speculation. They simply serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead sincerely, with love and faith, performing everything with that loving service. And the Lord gives such devotees direct protection. Prabhupada is helping us to understand. He's saying the demigods are saying we are your eternal servants. Means the demigods, they are telling Lord Vishnu, we don't want any kind of result of our karma, our activities. We don't want to speculate about the absolute truth. We don't want any kind of mystic powers. No, we just simply want to engage in your loving devotional service. And when a devotee has that mood, that sincerity, that love, that devotion, then the Lord personally protects them. Personally, He protects such devotees. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, simply surrender unto me, and I will give you protection from all the reactions of sinful activities. So we are afraid of sinful reactions. Then how can we get rid of sinful reactions? Simply by surrender to Krishna. How do we surrender to Krishna? We chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Lord Chaitanya taught us in this Kali Yuga. This material world is so created that one has to act sinfully, knowingly or unknowingly. And unless his life is dedicated to Vishnu, he has to suffer all the reactions of sinful activities. So we may think that, oh, but I'm not committing any sinful activity. But in this, the material world is like that. Knowingly or unknowingly, we commit sinful activities. For example, when we are walking, you know, unknowingly we may like unknowingly kill so many insects on the road, or even while breathing, there's so many bacteria we are breathing in. There's so many sins that we cannot say, oh no, I'm completely sinless. I'm not committing any sin. So what is the solution? Offer all the results of the activities to Krishna. Perform everything for the satisfaction of Krishna. But one who surrenders and dedicates his life for the service of the Lord has direct protection from the Lord. He has no fear of suffering from sinful activities, nor does he desire, willingly or unwillingly, to do anything which is sinful. So Krishna says, you surrender unto me and I will protect you. We simply have to have faith in the words of Krishna and surrender unto Krishna, chant his holy name, hear about him. The more we surrender to him, the more we will feel the protection of Krishna. Krishna is always protecting us. But the more we reciprocate with him, the more we will feel his reciprocation. Did anyone have any question or comment?
I think that is the gist, right, of the Bhagavad Gita. Samarpan, surrender,
Surrender.
and renunciation, tyagi. Right.
Yeah. Surrender unto me, Krishna says. 18th chapter, verse 66. Yeah.
Manmana.
So, reading on 43. Gandharva Ucha
Gandharva Ucha
Amsham Shaste Deva Marichi Adya Ete
Amsha Amsam Stateva Marichi Adaya Iti
Brahmendradya Deva Gana Rudra Purogaha
Brahma
Brahmendra Deva Gana Rudra Puraga
Krida Bhandam Vishwam Idam Yasya Vibhuman
Kridabandam Vishwam Idam Vibhuman
Tasmai Nityam Natha Namaste Karvama
Tasme Nityam Natha Namaste Karavama.
So, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Gandharvas said, Dear Lord, all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Indra, along with Marichi and the other great sages, are only differentiated parts and parcels of your body. You are the Supreme Almighty Great. The whole creation is just like a plaything for you. We always accept you as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we offer our respectful obeisances unto you. We can see even the Gandharvas, they understand the position of the Lord. They're able to understand that all the demigods, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, everyone is a part and parcel of Krishna. And they are also able to understand that uh, this entire material creation is coming from the Lord. It is acting under His will. That's why they're saying it's just like a plaything for you. It's by His will, Krishna's will. And they're saying we accept you always as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There may be many gods from Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, and Chandra, down to the rulers of the lower planetary systems and the presidents, ministers, chairmen, and kings. In fact, anyone can think that he's God. That is false, puffed up conviction of material life. We think we are God. Oh, right now I'm not God, but after I get liberated, I'll become God. Who is God? I'm God. Everyone's God. Or, yeah, when I understand I'm the soul, I will become God. But these are just our mental speculation. Mental speculation. Who is God actually? Krishna is God. All the authorities, all the Vedas, they say the same thing. That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govindam Adi Purusham. Brahmaji keeps repeating in his prayers. So, what is material life? That we think we are God. I am the controller, I'm the enjoyer, I am the proprietor. We may not say, oh, directly, I'm God, but we may think that I can control, I can enjoy. Well, of course, we like to enjoy, but we have to understand what is correct enjoyment. Correct enjoyment is when we are in connection with Krishna. And proprietor, we are thinking we are the owners. This belongs to me, that belongs to me. But that is material life. That's the false ego. All this is the false ego. What is the true ego? If we are saying this is false ego, then what is the true ego? The true ego is to understand I am an eternal servant of Krishna. That is the true ego. Actually, Vishnu is the Supreme Lord, but there is even one above Vishnu. For Vishnu is also the plenary portion of a part of Krishna. So, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, there is no difference between them, but we still have to understand that Lord Vishnu is an expansion of Krishna. The original form of God is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. And then all others are his expansions. The expansions are coming from him. So they are non-different. They're non-different. Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, they both is the same. Is the same. But yet, Krishna is the original form. In this verse, this is referred to by the word Amshamshaha, which refers to part and parcel of a part and parcel. There are similar verses in the Caitaniya Caritamita which indicate that the Supreme Lord's parts and parcels again expand into other parts and parcels. As described in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many manifestations of Vishnu and many manifestations of living entities. Vishnu manifestations are called Swamsha, partial manifestations, and the living entities are called Vibhinamsha. So Swamsha and Vibhinamsha. Krishna has many, many expansions. Many expansions. So his personal expansions, they are called Swamsha. They are all Vishnu Tattva. They're called Swamsha expansions. Now here is the separated expansions. What is the separated expansion? That is us, the living entity, the spirit soul, and we are called Vibhin Amsha. We are his separated parts, separated expansions. The demigods like Brahma and Indra have been promoted to such exalted positions by pious activities and austerities. But actually, Vishnu or Krishna is the master of everyone. So the demigods, they are not God, but they have been chosen by Krishna to occupy certain important positions in the management of the universe because they're qualified for it. When there's somebody who's qualified for a job, like he's qualified for a CEO, so he's appointed as the CEO, somebody is qualified to be in a certain position, then he's appointed by the president to be in that position. Similarly, Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, they are qualified to occupy such posts. And they are given this post by Krishna. So here it's clearly stated that the living, and I'm sorry, did somebody want to say something?
Yeah, sorry. So that means Brahma and Indra, they are Vibhimna Amsha, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
They are the living entities also.
They are the living. Okay. The
Yeah,
demigods also come under this. Okay.
yes. And these Indra is a post, and
Hmm.
Brahma is a post. It's like saying
Right.
president or, chief minister, like that. So anyone who's qualified can be appointed the president or the chief minister. It's not a person, it's a post. And so we can see that we are also Krishna's expansions. Yes, but we are tiny. That's the reason, that's the difference between Krishna and us. We are thinking we are God, we are God, we are God. We are not God, but we are part and parcel of God. We are the Vibhin Amsha, the separated parts. We are not Vishnu Tattva. We are Jiva Tattva. In the Caitanya Caritamita, it is said, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasabhabhritya. That only Krishna is God. Everyone else is his servant. That is the position. Lord Chaitanya is very clearly pointing out the position of Krishna and the position of all other living entities. These living entities could be in the hellish planets or in the earthly planets or in the planets of the demigods. But everyone is a servant of Krishna. This means that Krishna alone is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all others, even the Vishnu Tattva, and certainly the living entities, are his servitors. So only Krishna is the Supreme Lord. The Vishnu expansions are his expansions. Yes, we are addressing Lord Vishnu as God. Yes, but yet even the Vishnu tattvas, they are servants of Krishna. They are following Krishna's will. Everything is happening according to the will of Krishna. Baladev is the immediate expansion of Krishna. He also engages in the service of Krishna. And certainly the ordinary living entities are serving. So Krishna's first expansion is Balaramji. Now Balaramji, he expands in so many expansions to serve Krishna. His mood is, I'm a servant of Krishna. He's called the Adi Guru. He becomes Krishna's bed, Krishna's ornaments, Krishna's slippers, umbrella, his sacred thread. He wants to serve Krishna so much. So everyone is Krishna's servant. Only Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So then who are we? If Brahma, Lord Balaram, he is himself in this mood of service of Krishna. We are tiny living entities. Of course, we are in this position as servitors of Krishna. Now, again, we don't like to use the word servant because in the material world, service gives a bad ring to us. We say, oh, I'm somebody's servant. Oh, what is this? Somebody's manipulating me. No, but we have to understand that service, when we love someone, we want to serve them. When we are loving someone, then automatically we want to serve them. We are serving our parents, our children, our spouse, it's coming from where? From love. Similarly, this we have this original love for Krishna, and that's the reason we have this nature to serve Krishna. Everyone is created constitutionally for serving Krishna. Here, the Gandharvas acknowledge that although the demigods may represent themselves as the supreme, actually they are not supreme. Real supremacy belongs to Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam is the statement of Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna is the only Supreme Lord. So the demigods, they take such positions highly, they have very, very high positions, the demigods. But they are doing this as a service to Krishna. Imagine the sun god, Surya Dev, every day. He has such an important position. Because of him, we've been able to sustain our life on earth. If he was not there, then we would probably freeze to death. Even the scientists say that, no? There would be no life in within the universe. So why is he getting up on time, traveling from east to west on time? Why? Because it's his service to Krishna. Out of fear of Krishna, he does this. So the real supremacy belongs to Krishna. Out of fear of Krishna, the wind blows, the fire burns. It's all happening under the will of Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Srimad Bhagavatam says that Krishna is the only Supreme Lord. Worship of Krishna alone, therefore, includes worship of all the parts and parcels, just as watering the root of a tree also waters all the branches, twigs, leaves, and flowers. So when we have a plant, then we don't water each and every leaf of that plant. We don't water every twig of the plant. What do? We just water the root of the plant, and automatically the plant becomes nice and green and lush, isn't it? We are not separately watering every flower, every leaf. Just simply water the root. And so Krishna, when we worship Krishna, then automatically we are worshipping everyone, because everyone, everything belongs to Krishna. Everyone is a part of Krishna. So when just as we water the root of the tree, the water gets distributed to the entire tree. We worship Krishna, everyone is pleasing to everyone. Is that okay?
Yes.
Do you want to add something?
No, all good.
Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadi Radhe Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam.
Jai. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening and joining in Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.